John DiPietro. I am in Worcester, Massachusetts. I'm at the monument that is the actual site where the great tornado of June 9, 1953, made landfall in Worcester and caused nearly 100 deaths, several hundred injuries, and millions of dollars in damage. Today we've got the opportunity to speak with many of the people that survived that tornado. Let's see what they have to say.
I lived at 603 Plantation Street, which was about 400 yards away from where the tornado hit Lincolnwood Apartments. I was in the basement. My dad had enough smarts to get us all downstairs in the basement, and I was looking out the cellar window, and I saw this big, dark, gray, swirling tornado. And after the tornado was over, I went down to Carey's boathouse because the National Guard was all down in through there trying to rescue some people that were missing and in houses that were in the lakes. And one of the things I remember outstanding was rowboats in the trees down by the old Carey's boathouse. Well, being in the cellar, couldn't hear too much, and it was just pretty exciting because I was 9 years old looking out the window, and you were just more with the visual than with the actual sound of it. I really couldn't hear anything. Never, and I'll never forget it either. It was awesome. Very destructive. A lot of the trees were down. Lincolnwood, which was all wooden apartments, that was completely destroyed. And I went to Lincoln Street School, and some of my classmates lived down there. And, I was thinking about how Jimmy was, but it was just completely decimated. The area was just wiped out. Well, the only thing I can say is I'm really happy that Dad had enough common sense, to get us inside. We were all outside, to get us inside and down in the basement at that time, because we was that close, and being that close, we could have been hurt. And the family everybody was okay after the thing was over.
By far, it was the most frightening experience that I had in my life. I was about 20 years old, and it was very, very, very scary. And when you looked at the amount of damage that was done, only 100 people or less were killed, which is truly amazing. Oh, yes, many of my schoolmates were killed or injured, and several people that I knew very well were killed. Remember the roar, which we could hear plainly, and we ran up Burncoat Street toward the noise, and my father, who was a firefighter in Greendale, went up with me, and that was his bailiwick, and he was very, very excited. And we got to the tornado, and there were a couple of 3 families burning side by side. And I was acting as a firefighter, and we hitched up to a hydrant on top of Ally Street. There was no water pressure, so we had to stand there and watch these 3 families burn. What? It was very. They had police there to guard against looters, is the word I'm thinking of. And my father, the night of the tornado, sent me down to what they used to call the fire patrol to get a big canvas cover, because there was a hole in the roof of the house from a 2x4 that flew off a lumberyard pile a mile away and hit the chimney of the house and then drove through the roof.